Bum-ba-da-dum! Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I'm Banjo Ben, your host on the website that teaches you how to play banjo, mandolin. This week is guitar. We're doing a fairly simple version, fingerstyle version, to It Is Well With My Soul. I've had this one requested for years. I'm finally doing it. I say simple because there's a lot of substitute chords and things that I could put in there to make it more difficult. I didn't do that, so I've kept the melody very straightforward, and I've used pretty much just normal old chords to get through it. I've thrown in a couple things in there to add some flavor. But I've done that because those of you who are familiar with fingerstyle guitar, you can learn this and it's a robust version for you to play. Those of you that have never done it, you can tackle this. You can do it. And it's about a 30-minute video lesson showing you how to play each and every measure. Then I have another video where I play the whole thing through very slowly. Then another video where I talk about technique and how to make it sound good. Not only that, I've got the tabs for it and an MP3 of the performance. So you can take that and you can use different software to slow that down and practice with. Okay. Now all of that is available to you if you're a Gold Pick member at BanjoBenClark.com. Okay, so here in a moment I'll ask you to come over to the website. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can be a Gold Pick member, have access to this lesson, hundreds of others. I do that each week. Also, I did this song not only because it was requested, but because I needed it. I just personally needed it. And if you're not familiar with this song, look up the lyrics, read the lyrics, and then also look up the history behind the song. You can just Wikipedia it. The song is an incredible story. Let's dive into the first measure of It Is Well With My Soul. Let's learn It Is Well With My Soul. We're going to do it fingerstyle guitar in the key of G. Let's go throw up the first line of tab there. The first couple of verses, or first couple of measures, are an intro, and then the last note of the second measure is the pickup note for the melody of the song that goes into the verse. Now, you'll notice beneath each one of these notes I have little numbers or a letter in a circle. That's our picking hand fingering. So the T would stand for thumb, 1 would stand for index, 2 would stand for middle. You can play these notes however you want to. This is just the way that I play them. I play this particular arrangement banjo style with just those 3 fingers, and I'll usually plant my pinky on top of the guitar just as a frame of reference, and also it gives you a little more strength as we pluck these strings. Now, when we start this intro, I'm going to give a little lick there that I've made up to intro this song that we're going to come back and visit at other times during the song. And I like to do that so we kind of keep this cohesiveness throughout the arrangement. But that's what it sounds like. We'll break it down, but let me play it for you. So we're going to start with our ring finger down that 3rd fret of the lowest string. At the same time, we're going to pluck the 2nd string open. Okay? And then we're going to immediately jump up with our thumb and play 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string. So it sounds like this, those first 2 beats. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Now what I want you to do is leave that ring finger down, but on the 3rd beat we're going to jump up and grab the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And then on the 4th beat we're going to grab the 3rd fret of that same string with our pinky, all while keeping that ring finger down. So it sounds like this. if that's too fast for you, don't forget I have another video segment on the site where I'll play it much slower than that. Now that after we do it the second time, measure 2, that note right there is the first word of the song, the first word of the melody. Win peace. And so when we come in on measure 3, we're into the verse now. And we're going to keep that same position and essentially do the same right hand pattern in measure 3 that we've done in measures 1 and 2, but this time we're just going to walk it down. I want you to notice that. So measure 3 sounds like this. Hear how we're just walking it back down? So we start with a pinch on the 3rd fret, so the lowest string and the 2nd string. Do that little roll, then walk it down. Now we're going to do the same. In measure 4, we're going to do the same for the first 2 beats. But now we're going to use our middle finger to grab the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, all while holding down this ring finger. And then pluck the open 2nd string. Here's a trick here. I want you to now, you can release your ring finger, keep this middle finger down. And I'd like for it to keep ringing because as we go into measure 5, we're going to change chords, but this A note needs to ring out. So we're going to make a partial A minor chord. So we have that middle finger down the 2nd fret, then we're going to add the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and we're going to pluck those together with our open 5th string. So it sounds like this. Tendeth my way. So pluck, quarter note, hold it down, jump up and grab a 1st string. Then I want you to just place your ring finger down. Don't move anything. Place your ring finger down the 3rd fret. Play it together with the 4th string. Open first, then lift it and play the 1st string again. So our 1st fret again. So measure 5 sounds like this. So the only movement that really happens with our left hand is we're just going to place our ring finger down that 3rd fret and lift it. Now in measure 6, I want you to go back to that same lick that we learned in the intro. So measure 6 is exactly the same as measures 1 and 2. Now in measure 7, we're going to an E minor chord, but I wanted to stay away from this low E string because I wanted it to have more impact later. So we're going to get an E note on the 2nd fret of our D string, our 4th string. I want you to play that with your middle finger, and at the same time with your pinky, reach up and grab the 3rd fret of the 1st string. So we'll pinch those together, and that's a quarter note. And then we're going to do a forward roll on the first 3 strings, and then play the 2nd fret, then open. So measure 7 sounds like this. Like sea billows roll. So measure 8, we're going to an A7 chord. You can lift everything. Play the open 1st and 5th strings together. And then I want you to come in and we're going to grab 2nd fret. Try to grab these without dampening those strings that are ringing. It takes a little practice. But we're going to grab the 2nd fret of the 4th string and the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And we're going to do a forward roll. And then we're going to pinch the 2nd fret with the open G string. So measure 8 sounds like this. Don't forget, we'll play all of this together in another video very slowly. As we move into measure 9, I want you